Hey everyone, I just wanted to do this video. Actually got this requested um, by several people to do my thoughts on the E3 event that is going on right now in Los Angeles, and people just wanted to get my thoughts on just gaming in general. Um, all the announcements, all the different press conferences that were happening. Um, all the big game announcements, my reactions to that, and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. This is probably going to be quite a long. This might be a two-parter or more. So sit back, relax, and hope you enjoy. So let's go ahead and get started with the press conferences. Let me just say right now, I've only seen the Sony press conference. That's due to the fact that I'm working at summer school right now, and I had no chance to watch the press conferences because they happened when I was at work. However, though, I did see these most of the synopsis of the press conferences with the Nintendo's and Microsoft's press conference. I saw bits and highlights of those. Um, from what I could tell about Nintendo's press conference is that they are getting back to the hardcore gaming. They announced a new Legend of Zelda game. They announced they have announced a new Kid Icarus game. They just released Super Mario Galaxy 2. So it looks like they're getting back to the old school hardcore gaming fans that they pretty much left out from in the E3 last year, or in the year before, or what was it the year before? I'm not sure, but um, a lot of fans were kind of disappointed in Nintendo. They felt that they were disregarding their loyal fan base, and I guess Nintendo responded this year by saying hey now this year's all about you guys, about the hardcore gamers. We still love our casual gamer fans, but we know our moneymakers are with the hardcore group. So I think that's the message that they were trying to send, and I think they did a really good job. I think from what I could tell, they're trying to get their hardcore gamers back, especially from what I hear from Mario Galaxy 2, is that it's a fantastic game. It'll challenge even the most hardcore gamer. So hey, that's awesome. I think Nintendo's on the right track. Um, Xboxes dropped a few bombs with Gears of War 3. They had a couple of other stuff that was happening. They were talking about a little bit about Natal, but I think the biggest bomb that they had set off, the biggest story of Microsoft's conference was that they had announced the new 360, which is a new slimmer, what they say is a new slimmer, more quiet Xbox than the others. Um, this both drew wows and groans. That was not the audience per se, but a lot of people online and stuff like that had what they had to say. A lot of people liked it, but there was even more that hated the idea. The fact being, I saw a lot of comments that basically said, I just bought a brand new 360. Now they're throwing me another one for even more money. When's this gonna end? Which I could see the point in that. That's already was like the third or fourth version of the 360 that we've seen already. Um, Maybe more. There's alternate versions of that. There's like exclusive limited edition ones, like the Halo one. Um, yeah. Speaking of Halo, they announced the new Halo Reach, which is which was announced there, which looks pretty cool. Gears of War 3 has been announced. That looks awesome. Um, it's gonna be pretty much a lot of story driven. stuff. New you can play as a girl now in there, which is pretty cool. I think that was pretty awesome. Um, yeah, that good stuff. Cool stuff. Um, so yeah, you know, as far as Microsoft goes, it's pretty much the same old. We've heard from Microsoft in the past. They are hanging on to what's left of their dominance in the field. They are still the dominant company in the gaming world right now, but PS2 is catching up on them quickly. Um, they're feeling the heat from PlayStation, from Sony. Speaking of which, I did catch most of Sony's press conference. I was actually kind of looking forward to this one because they had said on Facebook that they were planning on some big announcements for E3, and that everybody should stay tuned. Well, I stay tuned. I tried to get home as fast as I could, and luckily I got to most of it. Move, everybody that is on the message boards and stuff like that. Everybody loves PlayStation Move. It looks like a good idea. Um, see what else. New games come out. Final Fantasy 14, which looks awesome. That's been announced for that. I believe that was an exclusive. Fallout 3. What else? Gran Turismo 5. What else? Man, there's a lot of games announced for that one. And I think probably the biggest wow that came out of there was the announcement of the new Twisted Metal video game, which that franchise has been in every Sony console since Sony was made into or jumped into the video game fighting pool, I guess you can say. It was in the PlayStation 1. There was a version of the game played in PlayStation 1. There was a PlayStation 2. PS3, PSP, and now the PS3 is now getting one. So it looks like it looks pretty good. There's online stuff, which thank goodness that they thought of the online stuff. I know a lot of games that when they first come out in the first incarnation, um, no online stuff is available. For that stuff, it's kind of like a second thought. Like, oh, okay, now we're gonna add an extension pack where now you can go online in the sequel. This version though is online ready. It looks awesome. The online multiplayer mode looks awesome, and yeah, it looks great. Um, so a lot of people are saying Sony's press conference was probably the best one out of the bunch, just because there's so many positive things about Sony that happened. There wasn't really a weak point in Sony's conference. All of their announcements were solid. They look like they really want to reclaim dominance in the video game field, which by the press conference alone, the posture that everybody kind of took, it looked like they were ready to take over the industry yet again. So hats off to Sony. They did an outstanding job this year. What else? There's a lot of big games that were announced. A lot of big games that were announced. Namely, probably the biggest one that got announced was Star Wars: The Old Republic. That game looks awesome. Man, that looks sick. The trailer alone makes you just go, oh my god! That it looked really cool. I'm hoping they get a version for Mac because I'm really interested in playing it because it looks incredible. Never played KOTOR. KOTOR was, as a lot of people know who's knowledgeable about video games. Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic was probably the biggest game to come out back in the day. Sold a lot of copies on PC. A lot of people spent a lot of time. It won a lot of awards, a lot of critical acclaim. Fans loved it, and now they're going on with a sequel. So hey, hats off to those guys, those man, BioWare and